And we're off. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's awesome to see all faces, everybody joining us for class today. We're going to start out a nice, strong front position, just like we do our regular classes. Everybody show respect. Good. Step out with your left. Nice, strong horse stance. 3 deep breaths in to start our class. 1 in and out for mine. 2 in and out for body. 3 for spirit. We're going to bounce good. Come on, back up. We're going to bounce back and forth between myself and Miss Carrie, getting ourselves warmed up and drilling. So let's start with a little body warm-up. So, yeah, absolutely.
All right, the first thing I want us to do today is actually 25 jumping jacks to just get the blood flowing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Good. So let's take a break from our exercise drills here, and I want to get into some legs. Now you can do this in the air. It's going to be a little bit trickier. I would recommend finding a chair or finding a wall that you can balance with, because we're taking our focus off of the balance so that we can work our legs. Now, Sensei Jared tilts the camera down just a little bit. There we go. Now you can see my feet. So it doesn't matter which side you start on. We're going to lift the outside leg that's away from where I'm holding on to post for balance. And we're going to work our side kicks. So if you look at my foot, I'm pulling my foot straight up. I'm pulling my toes back towards my shin, and I'm pulling the toes back so the ball of the foot is exposed. And when I extend this out, I'm making the heel the focus point. And you'll notice the heel is the top part of my foot, and the toes are at the bottom. At the same time, my bottom foot, my heel is going to turn. So my knee's now pointing to where my hand is, and my heel is pointing to where my foot's going to go. That's all going to go out at once. And then I pivot back. Ready? We're going to do that 10 times. And 1, out, back in. 2, out, back in. 3, out, in. 4, out, in. 5, 6, make sure you're breathing. 7, you can even key out of these. 8, 9, and 10. But that's not it. Don't you put it down. We're going to do 10 seconds holding it up now. So I'm going to extend for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can bring it in. Put it back down. Shake that leg out. Good job. Now, so that you can still see us, we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to do the other leg that I haven't worked on yet. I'm going to put my hand up against the wall so I don't have to worry about balance. My other arm, I'm going to actually keep up so I can practice my guard as well. So once again, lifting my knee up, we're going to do 10, and then we're going to hold for 10. Ready? 1, out, back in. Good. 2, out, in. 3, out, in. 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Boom. Don't put it down yet. Ready? Here's our hold for 10. Out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back in, back down. Shake that out. Nice job. So not only is that a great exercise for all of our kicks, that's going to make our front kicks, our roundhouse kicks, our back kicks stronger, but it's also a really good conditioning, strengthening, stretching exercise for our legs to make our legs strong. So I'm going to pass it off to Miss Carrie again. She's going to get another exercise.
We're actually going to keep working the legs, guys, but we're going to do our lunges a little bit differently. Instead of stepping forward this time, we're going to step backwards. These are one of my favorite exercises. Those of you who work with me a lot know that. All right, so we're going to start with our left leg. When we step back, guys, make sure you keep that nice 90-degree bend. Boom. And back up. And we got to do 10 on each side.
Good. I'm going to add a challenge to Miss Carrie's exercise too. If you really want to push yourself today. As we go back, I'm going to do opposite arm, and I'm going to work on my upward blocks. And I'll add one more. So we have level 1 is just my basic lunge. Level 2, let's make the front arm the upward block. I changed my mind because we're going to put a Phoenix fist in with that lunge. And those of you who know short 2 might recognize this movement. So 1, basic, 2, just the block, 3, the block with the Phoenix. All right.
Here we go. We're going to start with our left leg going back first. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Notice how we're keeping our back straight. Breathe with them. You can key out these as well.
9, 10. Remember, we got to do 10 on each side. So 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good. Nice. Come on, back up. All right, good job, everybody. So we just did a bunch of legs with our kicks and with our workout. So let's get a little bit of stretching. You know, do a little variation of something we've done already. I want you to take your left leg and cross it over, keeping those feet pretty tight together. This is going to really work the leg that's straight. From here, we're going to bend in our hips, reach down. Try to go to your ankles. I can only about go to my shins, and I'm feeling the stretch. As long as you're feeling the stretch, that is fine. If you look at me from the side, trying to keep a straight line in my back, that's what's going to give you the stretch. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Now I'm going to switch feet. That's crossing over. Good. Keeping my back straight. I'm rotating at the hips. Let the arms come down. Deep breath in. And out. 2. And 3. Good. Back up. 1 more quick stretch before we get back into some of our drills. We're going to step out this time. Straight legs. Walk out as much as you can. I'm still rotating from that hip. I'm not letting my back curl over. And I'm going to let gravity pull me down. If you get this far and you're feeling a stretch in your legs, you're doing great. You don't have to try to impress anybody. Nobody's watching you right now. This is more about the stretching than trying to get down to the floor. You might get better than us. You might need to work a little bit more on this one. Deep breath in. And out. In. And out. 1 more. In. And out. Good. Come on back up. Shake those legs out. Let's look at those kicks again. This time, we're going to do it from our stance. So I want to start on my left leg. I like starting with my weaker leg. You can start on your right. And I'm going to show you guys first facing you what we're looking at. I want my leg to come up. Actually, we're going to do all these facing you so that you have an idea of what the foot looks like, what the flamingo looks like. If you'll notice, when I bring my knee up, it doesn't go pointing in front of me. It's going to point to the side. That's right. Now, See all of the 90-degree angles, even down to my foot. I'm not letting my toe point down on this one. I'm keeping it up because we're going to do that same kick we did on the wall with the front leg. It's going to come out, back in, back down. Things to watch for. I don't want my foot to turn up. That's now front kick. I don't want the ball of my foot to go forward. I want to keep it the heel coming out. Here we go. We're going to do 10 on each leg. Nice strong breathing, nice strong ki eyes. And 1. Huh. 2. Huh. Now some reflamating. 3. Huh. 4. Huh. 5. Huh. Notice I'm not taking an extra step. I'm using my cat if I need to. 6. Huh. 7. Huh. 8. Huh. 9. Huh. 10. Huh. Good. Switch legs. So I'm working on my right. If you started with your right, that's okay. Just switch legs now. Keeping the guard up the whole time. Remember, I don't want to shoot my arms out. I want to make sure I'm not lifting up on that plant leg. Here we go. 5 more. And 10 more. And 1. Huh. 2. Huh. 3. Huh. Don't worry about height. Worry about technique. 4. 5. Huh. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good. Come on up. Breathe. Let me pass it off for one more little drill. Get something for our arms or our abs.
I do actually want to work on some crunches today.
Yeah.
So we're going to go down on the ground.
Yep.
Sideways to start.
I'll go the other way. We'll make a little mirror here.
All right. Bring your knees up. Nice 90 degrees. Fingertips are going to go just behind the ears. I want you guys to find a spot on the ceiling, and I want you to keep your eyes there the whole time. So when you come up, don't crunch your neck down like this. I want you guys to keep your chin nice and open. Keep your eyes on the ceiling. We're going to do 25 of these.
Woo!
Get
Remember,
your
that's
abs
your
working.
number. If you can only get to 10, nobody's watching you. If you can't keep up with us, do the best you can. We all have something we can get better at.
What I really want to work on, guys, is I want you to keep as good a form as you can. So if you can do 10 really solid crunches, I would rather see that than 25 sloppy ones.
Good advice.
Do the best you can do. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4,
4,
5,
Notice we're not lifting up that much. 6,
7,
7. Just pulling the abs down.
8,
9, 10. I'm using my stomach.
11,
11,
12,
12,
13,
13,
14,
14,
15,
15,
16,
16,
17,
17,
18,
18,
19,
19,
20.
Perfect.
5 more, guys.
21,
22,
22,
23,
23,
24,
24,
25.
25. Well, if all of you are working with us, you're going to have 24 packs by the time you get back here. Nice job. Let's get a good stretch now real quick since we're down here for those abs. Anytime we work out our muscles, whether it's cardio, moving fast, and making sure we're breathing more and getting the blood circulating, or even strength, we want to stretch those muscles out that we just worked up because they get tighter. And so we want to relax them to keep us healthy and to heal and regenerate all that hard work we put in. So from here, we're going to put our feet on the ground. A lot of you know this already. This is our Cobra stretch or upward facing dog, however you want to name this. I want you to look up towards the ceiling. I'm pushing my shoulders back. I'm also pushing into the floor with my feet. And I'm tightening up my glute muscles and my ab muscles. And that's where I really feel the stretch. 2 more breaths. 1 and 2. Good. Come on back up. So, last little bit of heart rate elevation before we get into some technique ideas, slow ourselves down. I want to visit the salutation again, and I want to explore some torque today. Yesterday we looked at marriage of gravity, building combos off of blueprints we already have from our techniques. If you missed it, you can check it out on YouTube. It's still up there. And combine both the lessons, make it your own. I'm going to work on this last maybe 30 seconds. It's going to feel a lot longer on a little bit of burnout. Some of you know this from my classes already, or Sensei AJ's classes. We don't have a heavy bag today. That's okay. You're still going to get a burn. So I'm having a loose stance. I'm not really getting into my fighting stance. I'm not really getting into a horse stance. But the first idea is without raising up, I'm running in place. So I'm only maybe lifting my feet up just enough to get off the ground. I'm going to time the same side foot with uppercuts. So we were looking at back two knuckle punches yesterday. Those are straight lines. My uppercuts move in circles. And see how I'm letting my hips and my shoulders really rotate. We're getting a lot of fast micro torque in there. So I'm getting power behind the speed as well. So let's get those hands up and ready. Let's get the knees bent. I want you to keep your knees bent on this one. Lifting the leg up each time. We're only doing 30 seconds. And here we go. Farm out. Make sure long breaths in. Long breaths out. If you're TIM on every single one on this one, you're going to tire yourself out in 10 seconds. And maybe you switch sides. Maybe you rotate. Maybe you rotate. Maybe you rotate. Good. We've got about 15 seconds. Keep it up, keep it up. If you have to slow down a little bit, that's okay. Do not stop. Don't stop. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Ooh. Let's take a step out. Let's get 3 breaths. Slow our heart rate down. So you may really have to work to slow down these breaths. But that's how, if you're like me, my heart's going like this right now. That's how we're going to slow that heart rate down. So 1 big deep breath in. Open up those lungs. Really try to slow that down. 2. And 3. Good. Shake that out. So, I want to take just a quick moment. I don't want to spend a lot of time today over at our word that we've been talking about for the week, which is perspective. I'm going to borrow the movement here. Once again, you go back. This is going to be a kind of theme, like we have a theme of the week for our group classes. Theme for this week is perspective or point of view. It's how you see the world around you, how you see yourself, others, pretty much everything that goes on in your life. And here's a little chance to see my art talent, or lack thereof. So some of you might have heard this, is the glass half empty or half full. And here we have someone who's looking at the empty side. That's what they choose to focus on. There's no water in this space. And then you've got our other person here that's looking at the part that's filled. Now, what's that analogy for life? You can either choose to see the negative side of things in life and focus on the things that might make you mad or sad. While it's important to recognize those feelings and understand why they happen, if I let that take over, then I'm going to be in a really negative headspace, and that's not good for my growth. Or I can choose to see all the good things that I have in my life, what's around me, what I can do, what I have that I can be thankful for. And that can tend to keep me in a positive headspace and more able to grow, more able to adapt, more able to solve problems. So like I said, keeping it brief on that idea of my point of view. quick little tool for you before we get back into our techniques. If you find yourself getting into a funk, that's a good chance to use your meditation that we have in the beginning. Find a space by yourself and put some white noise on, turn on a fan, turn on an air conditioner nearby, close your eyes, breathe for a couple seconds. If you need to add some positive energy, just like we do at our belt tests, close your eyes and think about the things that you have to be thankful in your life. See if it doesn't change what's going on in your mindset. Awesome. Let's hop back over. Let's get back into some techniques. So just like I was mentioning in our warm-up section here, I want to explore some torque today. Yes, yesterday was a measure of gravity focus, taking delayed sword, that one technique, and making 3 other techniques that could be 12 other. There's an infinite number of techniques that we can make with those moves and subbing out different hand weapons, different foot weapons. So I want to explore the forward bow today and take the same idea, forward bow into neutral bow. Remember, I'm going to use my cheat sheet here, which is my line. If you have a line that you can use at home, use it. It's a lot easier than trying to remember sometimes. So if I use this line in the mat, I already know my toe to heel line. What does that mean? I should be able to draw a line, I'll face this way, a line from the toe of my front foot, and it should almost meet the toe of my back foot. That is my width, my dimension right to left. I should also be able to drop my knee to my front heel. That's my knee to heel alignment. That gives me what? My depth, my dimension from front to back. We live in a 3D world, so we've all got height, we've all got width, we've all got depth. And the better we can control that and manage that, the more efficient we are in our Kempo and all of our movement, any sports or everyday life. So let's get back to this neutral bow. I'm going to move off here so we have space now, but if you have your line at home, use it. Now, the last part of the equation is my height. All I do to modify my perfect height is I got to bend those knees. Back is straight, head is up. Imagine if I had a stop sign post, it went down through my head, it's coming out through my hips and planting into the ground. So I never bends. It always stays straight no matter how I turn. Now we're going to put our guard up, and first we're going to do this in slow motion just to clean ourselves up and get an extra little stretch before we blast it out. So I'm going to imagine there's a string pulling that back hip, and as it pulls, you watch my back foot, the heel's lifting just enough to turn, and it's going to plant back down. That gives me a base into the ground. I'm still keeping my front leg bent, and my foot is still at the 45-degree angle. Good. Let's hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to rotate it back. Good. Now, let's put some strikes with that forward to neutral switch. Now, let's do this. Why don't you stay facing the mirror on this one, Ms. Carrie, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to face you guys. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do my left so that you can mirror me. If you start on the opposite arm, if you get lost, that's all right. Once we switch, just remember to switch which arm you're working on. So for this exercise, I'm going to start with my fist back. We're going to start with closed fists. We're going to work our 2-knuckle punch and our back fist. Remembering that when I make my fist, thumbs on the outside, I'm just touching that middle knuckle. I'm making my 2 knuckles the focus. Same thing on my back fist. On my back fist, I'm gonna amend my rule. I'm gonna change my rule of straight alignment because I want those knuckles to make contact. So from here, we're gonna do forward bow punch, and I'm holding out. See how my front leg didn't change? And then I'm gonna go neutral bow back fist. Good, that's what we're gonna work on. We're gonna do that 10 times, and then we're gonna switch sides. Ready? Move. Hut! Move. Hut! Good. And if you'll notice, I changed my idea a little bit. I started pulling back here, but if I want to set up point of origin for that back fist, I'm going to bring that arm back so that it can fly right from that check there. Here we go. 2. Hup. Reset. Hup. Good. Forward. Hup. Reset. Hup. Forward. Hup. Reset. Hup. See how my belt swings? That's because I'm making my hips fly when I turn these. Hup. 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 Now let's do 5 where we just pop it over and back. Go as fast as you can. Try to keep the integrity, the full structure of your stance on the forward and the back. And I might put my snake ki for that first strike and save my big ki for the second. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Nice job. Shake that out. So now, actually, before we switch legs, let's stay on that same leg we were on, but let's look at open hands. Just like we did last time, yesterday, different weapons, same tool, same battery pack that I can charge whatever tool I'm using, whether it's a smashing tool, a chopping tool, a blasting tool with a flat end. Let's use a palm strike, and let's use a chop. So on this one, I'm going to palm strike, and I'm going to check under my arm because I'm going to go for a high target. I'm going to go for the chin. And then, you know what? Let's take that chop mid to switch up our targeting. I'm going to take this right into the floating ribs, those bottom ribs, the lung meridian, that I can still get it out if I need it. So let's put that right hand up, and we're going to go each piece by piece. Palm, huff, chop, huff, palm, huff, chop, huff, palm, huff, chop, huff, palm, huff, chop, huff, palm, huff, chop, palm, huff, chop, palm, chop, palm, chop. Good. Now let's put them both together. Snake ki, tiger ki. We're going to blast it, pop, pop. Still using that torque. Making that belt, if you have it on, fly. Making that belly button forward and sideways. Here we go. And move. 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 Nice job. Shake that out. Now that we started getting a little bit of arms, everybody grab your hand right by your fingers. Peel down a little bit, get those wrists, get those forearms stretched. Yes. One more. Shake that out. Good. Other hand. Peel down. Good. Let's take those arms up and over behind this time. Grab the elbow, pull it in the opposite direction. You can add a little bit more tension if you want to by tilting your head backwards. One more breath. Good. Switch arms, and then we're going to get back into that other side. I haven't forgotten about switching sides yet. Deep breath in. And 2. Good. Shake those out. So now, whichever side you switched on, started on, we're going to switch. First, let's get that left stretch. So make sure your dimensions add up. You have your toe to heel, you have your knee to heel. You have your angles, not to the side, not to the front, but over to the 45 in between. Guard is up. And we're just going to rotate that back foot so the string's pulling my left hip. My leg is straight. You can even get a little bit more stretch here on this one by slowly pushing that back knee back towards your back, away from you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Back to neutral. Now, let's switch it up. I'm gonna face you guys on this one. And I was just working my left. I'm gonna work my right with the forward bow back into the neutral. Let's go back to our fists. So I had a forward bow, front two knuckle punch, and a neutral bow back fist. So I have torque back in, first in that front transition, and then I have it in the release again. As long as I tie my shoulders to my hips. So let's close those fists. We're gonna do them one at a time now. With my forward ki and my neutral ki. And good. Now let's put those as a snap. We're going to tie them both together. Pow, pow, back. Snake ki, tiger ki. Here we go. Let's blast out 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Let's open the hands up. Let's get that palm strike forward. I'm going to check underneath. I'm also setting up my next weapon. So I've got palm strike to the chin, chop to the ribs. Palm strike to the chin, chop to the ribs. Let's do both of those with ki now. Good, let's put both of those together. Snapping that front and using a little bit of a ricochet idea. It's still giving all my stances and my strikes their full value, but if I think about almost like a bounce back, like if I threw a ball against the wall here, that's the idea I'm using with these strikes, and I'm activating it with the hips and the shoulders. Here we go. Palm strike into the chop with blast out 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Come on up. Shake that out. So, once again, just like my idea with Marriage with Gravity, where I was stepping with my strike, which could be forward or backwards, I can land with my strike. I can substitute those out. I can put in my chicken wrist, my back fist, my hammer, whatever I choose to use. The same thing with my torque. And this is my classical version. That's my forward bow. This gives me my brace. I can also explore, once I get good at that, letting the knee bend a little bit on that one and letting the heel come up. Notice how I'm still staying low. I'm not letting that rise me up. But I can substitute any tool I want for that. This is something that you can work on your own. Discover your own Kempo with it. I can work on spears. I can work on palm strikes. I can work on hammers. I can work on elbows. I can work on front two knuckle punches, hooks, uppercuts. The list of combinations is only limited to your imagination. Good. So now I'm going to go back and use a little bit of cool down before we get to our last little ideas in closing here. Back to that salutation. Now, something I want to put out there is I know whenever we see you guys one-on-one and we ask you to do your forms, the first question is always with salutation. The answer is always 100% going to be yes. There's so much goodness in that little salutation. It's a meditation. It should be the best thing you know for each form. So even if you feel like you're flubbing on your form or you're insecure with your moves that you're learning, this should be the thing that gives you a little bit of confidence into those. And then 3, there's some really advanced, those of you who are maybe purple belts or below, green belt, brown belt ideas, kung fu ideas in there that you get a chance to explore at white belt. And I'll bring some of those out in a second. So First, let's go back once again to that salutation. I want everybody to, first we're just going to go through the moves, and then we're going to explore the breathing, then we're going to break down a stance or two, and finish our final thoughts. So, front position, bow, step out. When you step out, you have a couple breaths here. When we watch some of you do your forms, I want you to take that moment. Show yourself off for a second. Maybe think about the form that you're going to do. Sun rises. Now, here's something to clean up. Make that paper flat, almost like a palm strike on the side you're signing to. And then whatever form you're working on, it's very specific. This is a chance to work on dexterity with your fingers. That means how much control you have over your fingers. So long one, short one. Long one, short two. Here's the one that gives people the most trouble. Long three, short three. It's a tricky one, but it's a finger exercise built into your salutation. So I'm very clean in showing what those fingers are doing. I'm presenting what form I'm doing. Let's just go up to there. Our front position. Bow. Out. This is the horse stance. My knees are bent in every part of this. Close. Sign. Whichever one you want to work on. Draw your weapon. Cover it up as you step with that right foot. This is a twist stance, which we'll break down in a second. This is that advanced stance I was talking about. My right foot. The left foot steps. I present my weapon. I still have the fist forward, but now I'm showing a little bit of the weapon. I'm stepping back together. I'm stepping out. Shape of the triangle out in front of me so I can see through it. Piece of overpower just underneath. Prayer. Close. And then step out at the end or step open if I'm starting my stance. Now, breathing. I'm going to face you all for this one, just so you can watch and maybe listen a little bit. I'm going to try to really make my breathing exaggerated so you can see how this is a breathing exercise. So when I start here, just like when we were taking our breaths to slow down our heart rate, I can do that to slow down my nerves a little bit, control my nerves if I'm in a test situation or if I have to present in front of a sensei. So I want to pull out that twist stance. This is a tricky stance. Once again, I'm giving everybody an opportunity, no matter what rank, to one, it's a great workout to stretch for your legs, but work on an advanced stance, a kung fu stance, or twist stance. So we're going to get into our neutral bow. I'm in my right neutral bow. You can mirror me. Once again, it doesn't matter as long as we're switching. We're working out both legs at the end here. Awesome. So from here, I'm going to rotate my front leg out. I'm going to turn just like I would a forward bow, and I'm going to get a little bend in my knees here. Good. I always, in my twist stance, in all my stances, I want to try to give them their own lanes, so you should never have one foot in front of the other. Good. And back. Now we're going to do that again, and we're going to go into a deeper twist stance. So on this one, I want you to let yourself rotate the whole way to the side with your shoulders, and your back leg is almost going to make contact with your front leg. I'm still keeping my back straight, but look how slow, my knees almost touching the ground here. And you hear, just carry breathing. This is a tough one. It's going to work strength, but it also works a lot of range of motion. I'm stretching out my side muscles right here. Those of you who want to get into some sword forms, this you're going to see a lot in classical Kung Fu sword. So this is a good stance to get to. I also have Unwind out of that. I've got a lot of torque wound up. I just wound up the spring. Good. Let's switch legs now. Let's put our left leg in front and explore the left twist. So I'm going to turn my front foot. I'm going to turn my back foot forward. And this is our standard twist stance. My back is straight. Good. I'm letting my knee follow the angle of my foot. I'm going to unwind it. I'm going to wind back into it this time. We're doing that full turn again. We're going to get a little bit deeper. We're going to feel a little bit more burn, a little bit more stretch. So from my neutral, I'm going to rotate and I'm going to drop. That's right. Breathe. Fight the urge to let your back bend over. Keep it straight up. That's going to give you the stretch. That's going to give you your stability and your structure. And unwind. Now, last thought on the twist stance. What can I use that twist for? So, out of this twist, we already saw it. I can unwind with the top half. I can also use that as the setup for my hips, for my kicks, or for knees. Since the foot's turned, I can turn the whole way up to that angle I've created. All right. Last little exercise for the day. We've just been working out, and I've been telling everybody to breathe through it. We're going to do 10 front two knuckle punches, holding our breath. So this is something. Actually, I changed my mind. Let's make it even more of a challenge. So this is something I'm going to set as a challenge for everybody to go home and work on today. For the rest of the week, because you're going to get better at it as you do it. You're going to hold your breath and you're going to see how many times you can get through star blocking set, but it has to be clean. So for example, if I come up, I'm going to get in my horse stance. That's about where I am right now. I might have been able to pull one more off, but see how we weren't speeding it up? So it's good to work out your lungs in a variety of different ways. With your key eyes, holding your breath, fast breath. There's many different ways you can work out your lungs. I hope you had a great time with me today. I had a lot of fun training with you guys, working out. We'll see everybody at the same time tomorrow. Come on back up in your nice, strong front positions. And remember, take what we learned, whether it's exercises, whether it's drills, make it your own, experiment. That's what this art's for, is taking the Lego pieces and rearranging them for yourself. Everybody show respect. Good. Step out. One big breath. 2. And 3. Back up. Happy Tuesday. Good job, everybody.